Hi, welcome to this QLM Sourcing New Features and Functions video. In this video we'll cover the automated RFQ line supplier assignment process. In the past, the supplier assignment process required that the buyer use the supplier categories filter to segment the supplier list and identify a short list of potential sources for a line item or group of line items on an RFQ. These suppliers could be selected from this list by clicking on the selection button and then assigned to the individual lines by selecting those lines above and clicking on the assign. Although reasonably efficient from a process perspective, for QLM customers working with eRFQs and with a high line item volume, this can be time consuming and requires some specific expertise and knowledge as they work through the individual line items on the RFQ. This new feature functionality uses a defined set of configurable attributes for each line item to automatically match the line item's requirements with known supplier capabilities. As you can see in this example RFQ line item, we've identified 4 attributes of specific importance for this line. In this case, the line requires an approved supplier, ASL. We require that this comes from an offshore or international supplier. We've also identified that this should come from region 01 or the Asia Pac region. And we've also identified the commodity. So hex cap 70 would represent the commodity that we're sourcing. Of course, these categories are for demonstration purposes only. Your organization would use whatever group of categories makes sense for your process. Another line on the eRFQ could have an entirely different set of requirements, which will result in an entirely different group of suppliers being assigned. In this case, we've removed the requirement that this be an international supplier and that it comes from region 1, and we're simply specifying that it has to be an approved supplier and they must have stainless capabilities. To see how this works in action, we'll jump over to the supplier assignment page. We'll quickly select all the line items on the RFQ, and then we'll click on the Auto-Assign function. And now you can see here in the suppliers column that the process has very quickly sorted through the available supplier list to find those that meet the requirements as defined for each line. The resulting subset of suppliers is then automatically assigned to the items, as we can see here. Still provided is the capability of modifying this result, either adding to or subtracting from the system assigned list, simply by selecting and clicking the unassign. But the lion's share, the heavy lifting around supplier assignment has been done literally within seconds. So that's how this new functionality works. I trust you have found this quick demo educational. Reach out to any one of us at QSTRAT if you'd like to implement this feature in your QLM sourcing environment. Thanks for listening and happy sourcing.